Hello there and welcome to my YouTube channel, Juliet McNeil Crafts. So today I'm going to introduce you to my first ever paper crafting collection. So I am going to be putting this up probably about 1:30 on Friday the 14th. This will be available on Hachanda, so I will try and leave links in the description box below to Hachanda. But if you go on there, this is where you'll be able to purchase these from. So I have papers and stamps, MDF and resin. Sorry, this might twinkle in the camera, but let's get this out. So this is my papers. So there are 44 sheets of papers there, so nice big pack. So we've got some design toppers. So this is where we get an introduction to some of the characters. So we've got Hattie here and Alice and Harriet Hart, and you may have recognised some of these little teapot characters from the Tea Time Terrace, but they just went so well with this collection that I popped them in as extra toppers. And then we've got a few more like this. So we've got this backing paper here. So I made this using my Jane Davenport paints to do a galaxy painting. I've had gelatos, gesso, gel pens. I used my alcohol markers for colouring up the girls, and then I added some fancy flares digitally. So this is a lot of mixed media went into creating that page. So again, these elements here have been hand coloured and then overlaid on top of this background here. So I've tried to do everything so it all coordinates wonderfully. This is something that I did again with my Jane Davenport paints. I created this swirl. I've also got a whole load of sentiments here, so they're all sort of based on Alice and a Wonderland. So you've got sentiments here. I know, speaking to Dawn, she said she loved this paper pad because you had focal elements, you had elements you could fussy cut out. So I've actually fussy cut a whole load of these clocks out to put them on. And then we have Chester. I love Chester. I absolutely adore this character. So we've got this paper here, and we've also got this in a miniature as a stamp. Then we have got this paper. So for this one, again, it's that swirl, and then I cut a circle out of the original painting that I did with Alice, and that's what I've used to make the polka dots. So this is how I know everything coordinates, because I've used the same sort of artwork. So again, this is the artwork, but I've chopped it up and layered it, and then I've added, these have been coloured again with my alcohol inks, and they have been overlaid there. Okay, this one was a stamp, and again I've coloured that in with my alcohol inks and just merged it all together. So I suppose that's kind of my version of the Harlequin, but it's the diamond shape, and a few little twiddly bits, because you know I have to design with twiddly bits. Okay, we've got that one. Then we have this one here, because I love black and white stripes with something bold on them. I've always bought paper packs just for a paper like this, so I had to have it in mine. I've also added some extra flares and splatters just to create a bit of interest, because you know I like layering, and so it was really hard not to do it with these papers as well. And I love this one. I think this one's one of my favourites. It's sort of like really 80s and psychedelic and awesome. So again, I've got a black and white background that is swirled. That was my gelato sun from the original paper. Again, the flowers that I coloured with the alcohol inks, and we've merged all of that together. And then finally we have this here. So this is where these are coming as stamps, but these ones were part of the Tea Time Terrace collection. And again, those are ones that I've coloured with alcohol markers, and then I've used them in that paper there. So that is the paper collection. So that's going to retail at £19.99. So the next I have my stamps. So I've got two sets. So this set is what I'm calling the scene building edition. So we've got that Wonderville house there. We've got Late O'Clock, which actually I'm going to take these out the I'm just going to take everything out of the wrapper so it's not got a flare. So these are the scene building stamps, and the reason I've called them that is because the images are actually quite small. I'll show you mine. They are a bit inky because I have been playing with them to make samples, but you can see that the stamped image is quite dinky, and the idea of that is that you just keep stamping to build up a scene. So that is something that I will demonstrate in a future video, and hopefully I'll have a chance to demonstrate on Hachanda if you want to tune in there. So we have Late O'Clock, and with this one here, our Denise said that also reminded her of Cogsworth, so I have done a sample where I've coloured up one of the girls in yellow so that we've got more of a Beauty and the Beast feel. So these can be taken in any direction. We've got Wonderville, which is just a quirky little house. And what I've also tried to do with all my stamps is I've tried to put in a little background element, so you've got the ability to build up a background and also have a sentiment. And then we've got Harriet Hart and Chester. I love Chester, really do. And Harriet Hart, she's one of my original drawings, but I knew I wanted these girls as physical stamps if I possibly could. So I've not released those as digital because, you know, I wanted them as stamps. And there we've got Hattie Harris and we have Alice there. And again, we've got the background stamps and some sentiments so that you can build that up. Now, speaking to various members of my team, Dawn absolutely loved this size, but she's at the beginning of her colouring journey, and so she found them really easy to colour, and she was able to do things quick and easy, and she liked that. And I have to say that I've enjoyed it from a colourist point of view as well, in that I've been building big scenes and I've really enjoyed colouring the fine detail. But I have other members on my team that are much more into their journals, like Denise. She has been trained by Copic, so she wanted more space to colour in the details, to build up the layers for herself. So because of that, we've also got the stamps in a larger size. I think because I come from a background where I'm creating digital stamps and I have the ability to resize, that is one of the pros of digital stamps. You don't have the same ability to do that with a physical stamp. So this is my solution to it, to have given you two sizes, but they actually work really well together, because if you were to take this Alice and this Alice, you could do a whole load of fun things with the Eat Me and Drink Me, you know, because she comes different sizes throughout the story of Alice. So they really help you to build a story. So we've got Absolutely Alice, okay, we have got Say Cheese with Chester and the White Rabbit there. We've got Completely Bonkers with Hattie. I have to say she's my favourite. I can tell that because I've stamped her and coloured her the most. And we have In My Heart, which is Harriet Hart. And the thing is, yes, okay, this is a take on Alice in Wonderland, so we are talking the Queen of Hearts here, but she doesn't look evil in any way, shape or form. You know, she's a sweet little girl, full of love hearts, so perfect for any occasion. And that's what I've tried to do it. I've tried to do it that, yes, you can make it really Alice in Wonderland, but you can take it out of that setting and it still works just as a really pretty girl. So those are my stamps. Now, I am so excited about this. This is my MDF. And I've had this idea to make a mixed media tea party hat for ages, and I was looking at, you know, trying to work out how to do it out of cardboard and stuff for one of my mixed media projects on here, and instead I've managed to design it in MDF so that you can all play with it. So you get the hat and you get a whole load of MDF goodies. We've got teapots and teacups, we have got stands, mushrooms, lots of different things. So the 3D hat, I'm going to just quickly show you how this works. So this is my 3D hat. I'm really excited about this. Now I have found, because it's taken me a little while to get to used how to build it the easiest way, that if you build your table first, so put that into, build that first and then slot that into the base of the hat, like so. And that, you can hear how tight that is. So if you're painting it first or putting paper on it first, you may struggle building it afterwards. If that's the case, a bit of sandpaper. I had to do that with mine, and I just sanded it back a little and I was still able to do that. So then you push that in there, and that's really easy to do. And then what we've got is we've got a little teapot and a little teacup, and that is the basis. Oops. There we go. That is the basis of your tea party there. So we've got the little table with that. So that's the basis. Have to say, my team have done an amazing job of building these up. Unfortunately, I can't take them all to Hochanda with me, just purely down to logistics of them having to post it to me then having to take it on a train down to Peterborough. But I'm sure they'll share it in the group. Sarah and Kaz absolutely love theirs. It's I love how they've done it, the black and white and the characters. Denise and Emma, theirs will be on the show because they were able to get it to Hochanda themselves because they're both demonstrators on Hochanda. This is mine. So we have the little tea party going on here. Here I've used my character stamp, so in my head Alice has been shrunk so she's a bit smaller. We've got the girls at the back there, and I've used my different stamps and the papers, and yeah, I have created a video on this, so that will come up in the next few days. I'm not sure exactly when. I'd hope to be a little bit more organised and have things scheduled. As yet they're not, so but when I come back, a video on how I did this will be going up. So that is my MDF, and I'm really, really proud of that one. Okay, and finally, look at these. These are just utter lushness. So I'm just going to move this out the way a little bit because that's glaring. These are my resins. I've had these handmade for me by the lovely Katie from Brawley Things. I discovered her on Instagram. I saw an Instagram picture of that heart and needed it to go with this collection. So I messaged her and said, would you be willing to make me some resins to go with my collection? And she very kindly said yes, and look at them. So these are handmade coloured resins. They are, because they're handmade, they are a little bit more expensive. I think they are retailing at $19.99. But I have been looking around at resins, and even plain white resins smaller than this can retail at £5. So it is a really good bargain. And look at them. They are just lush. So that is my little bit of extravagance. You've got that in the collection basically because I wanted them. I wanted to play with them, so that was it. So this is the full collection. This is the Curious Wonders, my launch collection. I will gradually be sharing you lots of makes, lots of inspiration. Once this video is finished, if you are able to, it'd be fantastic if you could join me over in Hochanda and see my launch shows there. I will be back again very, very soon. If you have enjoyed it here, please do consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you again very soon. Okay, take care then, and goodbye.